For some reason, it takes you more time than others to grow your brand, to see the results that you expect, to grow your side hustle to the levels that you truly want. Why is this happening? In this video, I'm not going to share some professional advice on how to become a better YouTuber, better blogger, and so on. These are all important, but it's not the content of this video. Here I want to share with you something that I struggled for a lot of time recently. I just felt that I don't see the result that I want. I do grow, but I grow slowly for some reason, or at least this is how I perceive it. So in this video, I'm going to share with you several things that you can bring into your mind to change that negative vibe, that you move ahead very slowly, slower than you expected, and to perceive the true reality of your progress better, and that way to feel better about your hustle, and that in return can help you also actually see better results because you are more positive and more efficient with your work. So here are my insights. So the first thing is some, bad events that life bring us. For example, it could be a loss in the family or loved one. It could be something to you. You got fired from work, or you just got bored so many times, so you deliberately quit your job and look for other things, and then found yourself lost at home with no energy. This is something that happened to me. What's so-called existential crisis. This is horrendous experience. I don't recommend to anybody, but if you face that or some of the other bad things that life brings us, this is the way it is. It takes time to overcome it. You can build your brand afterwards based on some small things that you solve along the way in your journey. It could be self-discovery stuff that I share here, but it could be other things about growing online and, building your thing and so on. So it takes time to overcome, first you have the symptoms, for example, and it takes time until we can overcome it and improve our lives and to direct it to the way we want. So it takes time. Don't self-sabotage on hindsight like I used to do quite recently, and that I said, if I were starting my side hustle, my creator hustle 2 years ago, when I was deep in the rabbit hole contemplating about my symptoms, if I was more quick in my recovery process, I could have reached far more success right now, right? I could have been with more subscribers, with more followers on my social media, and get more traction from Google on my blog. But, it takes time. It takes time to overcome your symptoms at first, the bad state you are. It takes time to figure out what is the new path that you want to march on, how to build your brand, how to know what are your strengths that you want to put in the front line. What is the big problem that you want to focus with your brand on? And, all this stuff are super important to your brand and to your success. So it takes time, and you should bear it in mind and not sabotage yourself with all these negative thoughts about how you could have done better if you were just more effective in the first phases. It doesn't work like that. So another thing that can chill you out is rule number 4 from Jordan Peterson bestseller book, 12 Rules for Life. If you don't know it for some reason, check it out in the description below. It has a great benefit to everyone's life, I believe. But what rule number 4 says is compare yourself to who you were yesterday and not to who someone else is today. And this is very important because we tend to be negative to ourselves, be harsh on ourselves, and compare ourselves to those around us, whether it's co-workers, other students in our class, or those who perform better than us and seem to have better lives. All social media, the photos and the videos, everyone is smiling all over the place, which is not exactly true, but At least this is how it seemed to us in the feed. And we tend to compare our self image to theirs. And it's not that pleasant, right? They are more happy and they are already have a family as a 30 years old plus man who doesn't have any children yet or family, and all around me are already established their families. This could be quite frustrating to see, yeah. But it can be in any aspect of life, not just children, family, but success, of course, jobs. All of my friends are from the high tech industry, right? They earn a lot, and I don't. I just started my own business as a creator, and I'm very satisfied for that. But that can be sometimes, frustrating to compare yourself to others. So don't do it, and instead compare yourself to the past self, how I was 1, 2, 3 years before, when I had an existential crisis that just, stick me to the bed, and I just didn't do anything, just complaining about my life with no, any vision of my future. So now I already have YouTube channel, a blog, where I publish already almost 50 articles, and I have some traction from Google. Here I have a couple of hundred of subscribers. Thank you, guys. And also on Medium. So yeah, it's a very uplifting experience to just see how you developed compared to who you were before you started your side hustle, before you I don't know, you can find the benchmark that's worth comparing. So just search for it. Now about side hustling and content creation and how is to be a solo creator, you should bear in mind that it takes time. It takes time to find the right model for you, to know exactly what works for you, what you're mostly passionate about, which platform serves you the best, which platform allows you to bring your inner self and your true capabilities out to the world so you can deliver your value more smoothly. For example, by blogging, this is my natural zone where I can just publish long form content. I better at diving into one project and see all the nuances and enjoy the process of how I assembling together all the parts of the bigger picture and provide real innovative value to the viewer or to the reader in that case. And that's what I'm intending to do in YouTube. Here I published already several chess tutorials, long form chess tutorial where I shared my experience as a former chess player. So check them out if you're interested in chess. And so, yeah, specifying the kind of work energy that you have, it takes time. And don't rush yourself, don't hit yourself by seeing how long it took you just to realize your vision as you plan to, because sometimes you change models and you see all the gurus, there are a lot of models out there: affiliate marketing, blogging, influencing, physical products. There are so many options today, and you get overwhelmed by all the options. So what I tell you here is just be focused. Bear in mind that you are okay by changing things until you find the right niche and the right vibes and the right work energy and the right, what you are mostly passionate about and what platforms suit you the best. It takes time. And finally, be aware of that some people are just slower than others, and that's fine. We just taught to be that we need to work hard and be fast with our goals and be as efficient as possible. All the productivity videos that we see everywhere, and that's fine, but be aware that some people are slower than others, and that's totally fine. And again, you should compare yourself to who you were before you started than to others, right? And this is another feature of the same thing. You should be aware that maybe you are growing slower just because you take the things more slowly, and that's totally fine. You don't want to burn out yourself. Some people burn out quickly than others. In other words, some people are more sensitive than others. There are deep processors. Research shows that 20% of the society are highly sensitive people. That means they are deep processors. It takes them more time to get into the thing and do it above and beyond. This is our benefit. We see nuances that maybe others don't. It takes more time to us to analyze the data, and we just go to all the data. We go above and beyond, sometimes beyond necessary. And there are drawbacks and advantages in that, but the overall meaning of this is just it takes more time to see the result that we expect, and that can be frustrating. So I will link down below an article that I wrote about highly sensitive people. If you are like this, or you tend to be like highly sensitive person that's analyze things more deeply and like more to do long form content rather than a lot of tweets or a lot of reels on Instagram, that burns you out more rapidly, and you don't deliver the value that you can over the long form platforms like YouTube and blogging. So if you are slower than others, if you process things more deeply and more thoroughly, that's fine. You have a lot of benefit in that to your audience, and build your audience around that value instead of trying to be someone that you aren't. Okay, this is for today. I just wanted to share my recent thought about this feeling of not seeing enough progress as I would have wanted. And yeah, if you can relate to that, I hope you find this video helpful for you. And yeah, you just need to be aware of that. It takes time. It takes time to build your thing, to get out of the bad times in life and build yourself. And I truly believe that it will worth it. If you see the lower places in life, then you can grow and you have a lot of life insights, and that a lot of people can learn from you. And yeah, so it takes time. Bear that in mind. Chill yourself up and goes on with your goals. Find yourself, tune your side hustle, your brand, as I'm doing all the time. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Please give the thumbs up if you like this video, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.